Hi everyone, welcome to my Drive and Fail SUV special. We're going to be looking at seeing whether there's anything behind the stereotype. One of the reasons why people say they purchase an SUV is because they're better all-round observations. However, this isn't the only car park prank that we're going to be seeing in this episode. Car Vertical have also kindly sponsored this video, where you could check how many times your SUV you're potentially thinking of buying has been crashed. This SUV in front is following the lorry a little close, but this isn't the fail. It's what they do at the right turn after they've turned left at this T-junction that's the concern.
And then you get this green minty water. It's delicious, like with tamarind and stuff, and you pour that in. Point is, when you finish the
lorry driver is clearly signalling right and has to hold back because the road isn't wide enough to enter. They let the van finish first, and the next car that's following.
And I find it's the same with duck pancakes until the duck is finished, but then I start eating it with vegetables and chili oil and sauce.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Nice beat by my viewer. Then the impatience gets the better of the driver.
Put the pancakes to one side for a second.
And a great spot by the lorry driver to deal with that idiot. Was the driver of this Range Rover avoiding the car that was coming out of the junction, or did they think it was splitting up to a dual carriageway and instantly going to lane 2? That could have been lethal, and the grey car emerging wasn't anywhere near the giveaway line either. Do you think it might have been the puddles that made the Range Rover take that line? Is this down to a lack of judgment of width, or I'm bigger than you?
I think we were stationary and in the correct place there.
Hello, hello. What are you?
Fuck me! People are insane today.
This next white one isn't much better. This SUV driver obviously wasn't going to get hurt overtaking a cyclist, were they? Impatience combined with a feeling of invincibility.
You can't see over that hill, can you?
That could have been lethal quite quickly. My viewer drove impeccably, holding back and being patient and trying to use the horn to warn. Also, this overtake was how it should have been done. In my opinion, the Mercedes-Benz C63 of 2010 has one of the best sounding engines I can recall, but I'm certain that this make and model of car is pretty expensive to run. This V8 powered 4-door saloon looks as though it may have hit the back of a lorry because the pictures show the front impact to be quite high. The front windscreen doesn't even look to have suffered any damage, although the airbags inside have deployed driver's side. Vehicles do have passenger sensors in that tell the vehicle which occupants need protecting in the specific impact, and I think the driver was on their own. In any case, it doesn't look as though this vehicle was marked as an insurance write-off. It was put up for sale after the damage and subsequently passed an MOT in 2021, which means it must have been repaired. Since then, however, it hasn't passed one inspection, and this seems to tell the story of this vehicle's history. Its first MOT was failed due to a cracked front wheel. In 2018, it had 4 inspections within the space of a number of weeks. The first one failed for a couple of points, one being the near side front tyre had plier cords exposed on the inner edge. It then passed shortly after. Then the following month it failed another one for completely different points, but then again passed an inspection shortly after. This gets alarm bells ringing for me. The final attempt at passing an MOT inspection was in March this year with a negative result. Most of the fails are easily correctable, but I'm wondering whether the emissions test fails are proving more expensive to correct. This report produced plenty of questions that I would need answering before I purchased this vehicle. Please use my link in the description, and by using the promo code Ashley when you're checking out your next potential purchase, you can save yourself 20%. Thanks, Car Vertical. This is a dangerous overtake, this one. My viewer had to stop to make that a non-event. Jumping a red light isn't necessarily for me just an SUV thing. I don't think there's one class of road user who does this better or worse than anyone else. This is also something that can't be specifically aimed at just SUV drivers.
How have you ended up stopping there?
The driver of this Land Rover in front towing the trailer is putting a little pressure on the Volkswagen Golf driver. Impatience and Invincibility take over again. I think the L plate on the back of the Volkswagen had something to do with this also. I think my viewer's emerge was possibly one of the factors that made this SUV driver do what they did.
Jesus Christ!
It still definitely doesn't make it right though. Again, a thought of I'm not going to get hurt, so I'm not going to slow down or do anything. I do think I would have stayed more positive if I was cycling though. Staying primary for me. Impatient and invincible again. Nice VFO footage by the way. Check out the links in the description, use the code Ashley and save yourself a further 5%. Don't forget you don't have to have a premium brand SUV to have the same attitude. But I actually think this clip was just nice cooperation all round. No problems for me. This clip, showing a police chase and a capture of an SUV driver, was sent in and put together by one of my viewers.
Holy shit.
I'm suspecting the damage to the vehicles on the left has been caused by this driver of this SUV. And it's great to see the police did actually stop this vehicle. I hope they got the person driving it also. Look at the vehicle come round the far bend in the distance. They're all over the road. And this is why. You can't definitively see the phone, but it looks as though one's being held in the left hand. Listen to the fight back horn when they were clearly in the wrong. A clear case of I'm bigger than you, so I'm more important than you. Mind blown with this clip. And I've nothing to add with this one, it's that bad. Did you know you can also get 5% extra off Technologic cycle cams with the links in the description? Again, use the code Ashley.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Sorry, you weren't in my pocket.
Yeah.
You were in the sort of not sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It didn't
Are you
hit me.
okay?
I'm
Sure?
fine. I'm fine.
So sorry.
Don't worry.
It's utterly dangerous when people with such little ability drive such big vehicles. We've got no more footage after this, but it's amazing she was still insistent on reversing. To finish, we've got that other car park prank that I promised at the start. People's ability to judge the size of their vehicle has got worse, in my opinion, with the larger vehicles that we have nowadays. Because people are also taught to reverse into a bay using one method, when something's a little different, they struggle. And this is what I think has gone on here. The long pause screams to me I'm not confident, but it's clear from when she does get moving, she's worried about the problem side. But she still, unfortunately, carries on. My viewer was pretty obviously in his car and goes out to tell this lady she's just hit his vehicle. I think you could see by the footage that there was contact, and it looks as though there was a little bit of damage. Thankfully, nothing too major though. If you're like this, please go off and get some extra lessons. Or if you know anyone, advise them to go off and get some lessons. And don't also forget, please share my videos because they're a useful, free resource. But just for a little bit of context, this car park clip, however annoying it may be if it happens to you, is unlikely to kill someone. Think of some of the other examples we've already seen today. Keep safe everyone, I'll see you soon.